Hi, Ian from High Grade Maths here. So, what's the secret to getting a top mark in your GCSE math exam? Well, we believe you've got to start with looking at what the examiner wants, and that is in the criteria. So we take the criteria and we extract the fundamental information, which is what are the topics, what are the subtopics, and then what are they looking for within those particular subtopics. So we have numbers, algebra, geometry, statistics, and probability. That's your map. And then within that, there's different subtopics. So what we do is we focus first on diagnostics. We find out where a student has some strengths, where a student has some weaknesses. And we can even just take a base case. We know that the average student, the average GCSE student, got a good understanding of numbers, is going to be likely to need some help with algebra, and is probably going to struggle with the more advanced concepts in geometry. Then, once we're sure that the student needs help in those points of weaknesses, we focus on those, especially if they form the foundation for further understanding. When we're at this implementation phase, we have a range of tools and tactics that we can utilize. For example, one thing we always like to keep in the back of our minds is that learning follows a cyclical process. It starts with experience, then there's observation, then there is a conceptualization, and then experimentation, and then back to experience. So we like to ensure that the student covers all of these and iterates through, whilst also deploying other mechanisms that can help facilitate learning. For example, we have scripts that help us and the student separate strategy from the underlying mechanisms of problem solving and so forth. So it's just a process between diagnostics and then learning the things where there's weaknesses. Once that we are confident, our data shows that a student is covered in all bases, we may start to interweave concepts together, but ultimately that's it. If you're nailing the criteria and you're confident and you are showing that you're doing well in the past exam papers, then it's highly likely you're going to get a top mark in your GCSE exams. And that's it.